guys, welcome back to our channel. Today we are going to be sharing how I give Harper a bath. Harper is a Cavalier King Charles Spaniel and she will be 3 years old in April. So she's a sweet, sweet girl. Cavaliers are an absolutely wonderful breed and we love her, huh Harper? Yes, we do. All right, so let's get started. So the first thing that I do is gather all of my supplies. And I do have a grooming table here in the laundry room, and this is where I bathe the dogs. And then I keep my caddy with all of my grooming products, my shampoos and everything, in a closet here in the laundry room. So I got all of that out and ready, as well as a beach towel, and this is what I'm going to use to dry her off. And let's go through and look at the products that we are going to be using. So the shampoo and conditioner that I like using with Harper, because she has more of a silky coat, is the Show Premium Silk Treatment Shampoo and Conditioner. And this says that it smooths and moisturizes, and of course it has no parabens, sulfates, or sodium chloride. I absolutely love all of the Show Premium products, and I use many of them. The next thing, I'm going to turn my water on so that it's getting hot. So I'm going to do that. Okay, so we have the shampoo and the conditioner. The next thing that I'm going to be using is my Eye Safe oil. And this no longer has the label on it because it came off, but it's just an oil that you use before bath time to prevent anything from getting into the eyes and damaging the eyes, shampoo or conditioner. So we're going to put a couple of drops in Harper's eyes. And it's best when you're putting drops in the eyes to come from behind like I did, because no one likes, you know, something going towards their eye. So if you go from behind, that usually, you know, is well tolerated. So now that her eyes are protected from any shampoo or conditioner that could get in her eyes, we're going to put that back. And then the next product that I am going to pull out that I will be using after her bath is the Show Premium Coat Therapy Leave-In Conditioner. Absolutely love that. I'm going to be using the brush, and the brush that I use when they are wet is this Greyhound Pro brush. And I like this because it gets through the hair, wet hair, really well. So I use that. Put that there. And then another product that I use for Harper, and I don't use this for Stassi, but I do use this for Harper. It's called the Balm. And what it does is it straightens and conditions the hair. And as you can see, Harper has very curly ears, and then this area on her chest gets curly as well. So this usually helps to straighten it out, and you know, it'll last for a couple of days after her bath. So I use that product. All right, so let me pick this up. So the next thing that we're going to do is prepare her shampoo. Now I'm using warm water to do this, and I'm going to dilute the shampoo and conditioner. All of Show Premium products can be diluted, which is a great thing. They are pricey, but a little does go a very long way. So in order to dilute this, I use these cake decorating bottles, or they could be like ketchup dispensers, you know, anything. I don't know exactly what they're called, but this is what the kind of bottles that I use. And I believe these are 16-ounce bottles. So I'm going to dilute the conditioner first, and whoa, I'm going to scoop that up because we don't want to waste that. Okay, so I have my bottle, and I'm just going to squeeze enough to cover the bottom of this 16-ounce bottle. So I think you can see exactly about how much I put in. Then I'm going to fill this with warm water about 1/2 to 3/4 of the way. screw my top on here. I'm going to put my finger over and shake it up. Okay. The next bottle that I'm going to use is for her shampoo. And I am going to take the Silk Treatment shampoo. And again, I'm going to give it a good squeeze. And hopefully you can see it's about to right here on this 16-ounce bottle. I'll let you see exactly where I put that. I don't really, you know, measure per se. I just kind of judge. And those proportions have been working out fine for me. Now, you can dilute more or less. It just depends on what your needs are and how you feel, you know, they are performing when you dilute them. Okay, so we're going to add our water to the shampoo. And again, I fill this up between half and 3/4 of the way. And then I'm going to shake it up. And it's going to get really sudsy in there, but that's okay. I'd rather have it shaken up. You can try and twirl it, but I find that it really doesn't work unless you really give it a good shake. And a little bit always comes out the top. Okay, so that's about halfway. And then I'm going to take this smaller 8-ounce bottle and I'm going to dump out the water because that was from last bath. And I'm just going to fill this with just plain water. Okay, now that we have our products all diluted, we're going to start with the bath. I use this laundry sink, and that is what I bathe all of the dogs in. So now Harper is down into the sink, and we're going to work on getting her wet first. I use one of these sprayers that I have screwed on to the faucet, and I really like this sprayer. The only thing, I've used it for years, this is my second one. The only thing is that I wish that the water came out a little more forceful. It's kind of slow for me, but it's hard to find these sprayers that just screw onto the sink. So it does its job, just a little slow. So we're going to wet her down first, making sure that the temperature, which I did check before, is not too hot and not too cold. She doesn't take as long to wet down as Stassi because her coat is not a double coat like Stassi's. But you just basically want to get them all saturated with water. And I'm going to get her underneath belly. The thickest thing on Harper is her ears. She has very, very thick ears. Harper weighs 15 pounds for any of you who are interested in that kind of stuff. And she is a good, good girl. Huh. Yeah. Alright, now that she is all wet, we're going to take our diluted shampoo mixture here, and I'm going to just start applying it. Just getting all of the areas that we need to get. Get her ears really well. the top of her head. And then when I'm doing anything over the top of the head, I always put my hands over their eyes, because even though we have the oil in the eyes, obviously you want to prevent getting anything into the eyes if at all possible. Alright, and then we're just going to start working the areas that we just put the shampoo. And you can see that it does suds up, but it doesn't suds up like tremendously, but it doesn't really need to. But it does make like really, you know, enough suds. And you can see that was diluted a lot. So I'm comfortable with that. As long as I get a nice suds, I feel that it's not too thin. Okay, and I'm going to get her chest. And then now I'm getting underneath her belly and the tail. And her bottom. Then I'm going to go and I'm going to pay attention to each foot and leg. So I add a little bit of shampoo and I do the whole leg and the foot for all of her legs and feet. Give it a nice scrubbing. Make sure she's all suds up. Or however you want to say that. Now we're going to go on to the front leg and the front feet. And then the other one. Show Premium products were designed by Maltese breeders. And they are show breeders. And a lot of people who show their dogs use their products. So they know what they're doing, and they have really, really good products. One thing I did forget to do, which I am going to go grab right now, is I use the Clarity shampoo on her face. So this is the Clarity shampoo, and it's a great antibacterial shampoo. So I like to use this, I like to use this on the face because of those tear-stained areas. You know, all it is bacteria and yeast. So it's great to give it a nice antibacterial shampoo. And I just work that into the areas where she has the tear stains. So underneath her eyes, in between her eyes, that's the areas that I want to work. Being careful that you don't get it in the eye. And I just work that in for a few minutes. Normally I would do this step before, like first, but I forgot. Sorry about that. So normally you would work this in and leave it while you're doing the body, and then come back and rinse the face. But we kind of did this a little back ways, but you get the idea. Alright, so I'm going to let that Clarity sit on her face while I rinse the rest of her body, because now we have everything, her whole body is all shampooed. You get the sides of her face, her ears again really, really well. And then we are going to start rinsing. I'm going to rinse her face last to give that clarity a nice time to just sit in there. And you can feel how clean she is. Like, I can feel it. I love these products. And this is why I wear an apron, because you tend to get wet. And I think you can find aprons like at cherrybrook.com, petedge.com. You should be able to find, you know, waterproof bathing apron. So I bathe Harper usually every 2 weeks. So I would like to bathe her a little bit more often. And it's not that her skin dries out, because we don't have that problem. It's just time-wise, you know, between all the dogs. Her coat can go about 14 days between baths. So that's usually the amount of time that it takes for me to get her bath done. Okay, so once we have her body all rinsed out, then I'm going to take my water bottle that I have. Stay still, you. They don't like this. I'm going to take my water bottle that I have my water in, and I'm just going to rinse her muzzle. Hopefully you can see this. I know my hand's probably in the way, but I'm just squeezing it in between her eyes and right under her eyes. It just gives you a little more control so that you're not blasting them, you know, with water in their eyes. But they don't really like this too much. At least my dogs don't. Because I guess they feel like it's coming towards their face. Or towards their eye. So we just keep kind of working with it. Okay, baby. All right. You want to make sure you get all of that shampoo out of that area. Right underneath the eye. Okay, let's see. Yeah, that feels squeaky clean with no suds. So I think we got all of that. But then I'm going to come back and I'm going to rinse underneath here again, because some of that suds, you know, drip down. So we're going to make sure that we get all of that. Oh, she's getting antsy. You getting antsy? Huh? All right, all right, all right. Do her ears again. All right, now it's time for the conditioner. I'm going to give it a good shake again. And then you're going to apply the conditioner the same way that you did the shampoo. Just making sure you get their whole body full of the conditioner. I like to pay extra attention to this back area because on her, this part seems to get dry. So the back haunches, I guess you want to call it. And then we're going to get a little bit on each foot. And her chest. And get that really well. And then her ears, the top of her head. And then I'm going to put a little bit on her muzzle. And then this part, I'm reaching under and I am getting underneath her belly. I'm going to use all of your conditioner. Someone did ask me if I, dilute ahead of time and then leave it, diluted for the next time. And the answer to that is no. I dilute just like I did before each bath, and then I use everything that I diluted in the bottles in that bath. So I don't dilute ahead of time. I'm not sure if you can or not. That would be a question, for the makers of the shampoo. All right, and then next we are going to rinse. And this is where I wish this thing put out a little more force, because it would go quicker. So if you guys know of a product like this that can screw onto a regular sink, let me know. Leave it in the comments, because I'm not opposed to trying another brand. I do love this one because, it's got the easy on and off. And you can change the flow, like whether you want it like this, which is like the little shower flow, or you can, put it to where it's just a steady stream, which I don't like. So I just keep it on this. So I really like this. My only complaint is that I wish that it came out quicker. And for some reason, my old one, I think, came out quicker than this one. I don't know what the deal is with this one. This one's a new one. This is my second one that I've had. My old one started springing a leak. So I had to get another one. And I think this is called Rinse Mate or something like that. I got it at Lowe's. Lowe's.com. And then to get underneath the belly, I just hold the stream of water close to her side, and then I use my hand to get that water underneath her belly really good. And then I do the other side. This back area really good. And her tail. Alright, so we got her all rinsed. And now I'm going to start squeezing the excess water out. So just squeeze her ears, run my hand down her back, squeeze out her tail, and then I squeeze every leg underneath her belly. If you don't do this, then your towel is going to be sopping wet without drying her really well. So I just go along her body and try and get out as much of the water as I can. Squeeze that chest hair. As we keep getting more and more water. All right, so once I think that I have enough of the water squeezed out, of course she's going to do that, then I take my nice fluffy beach towel, Minnie Mouse, we love Disney, and I start towel drying her. So I just squeeze with the towel and sort of try and get her a little dry before she gets on this table, because she's going to shake again and of course get everything all wet. So I'm just going around her body with the towel, trying to get out as much excess water as possible. All right, and we're gonna wrap her up and get her on the table. So I wrap her all up, and there she is, right there. And are you ready for the shake? Here it comes. All right. Oh my goodness, don't get my camera wet. That would not be good. Make sure. All right, so now we're gonna give her a good little towel off. Making sure we get as much water off of her as possible. Okay. Whoops. Okay, so come here, girl. All right, so the next thing that we're going to use is our Show Premium Coat Therapy Leave-In Conditioner. This stuff smells so good. So I'm gonna fill my hand with about this much, and I am going to rub my hands together, and then I'm just gonna lightly kind of go through her coat. I'm gonna get those ears really well, the top of her head, the chest area, underneath, and just rub it in. I'm gonna get her feet, and then when I feel like my hands no longer have any product, I will add a little bit more. Come here. And I'm going to get this back area really well, and her tail, and it smells so good. I love it. Get the back feet. All right, and then the last product that I am going to put on her, sit, is the Balm. And this is what's going to straighten her coat. So I'm gonna use about that much, and I'm gonna use it kind of in the same way, kind of put a little bit too much, and I'm gonna go through her coat. I'm gonna do her ears, and then her body, and get her chest, and then her back end. And I'm just gonna rub this all through her coat. Get her feet. Sit, sit. There we go. There we go. There we go. right, now it's time to blow dry. And I am going to break this up into 2 videos because it's too long if I do it in one video. So we will be back with the second part of bathing Harper, which will be the blow drying. And thank you guys for watching, and we'll catch you on the next video. Bye guys.